Gross NPA is at 2% according to agencies. Of course, this is we've got flashes on the wires, and as per the poll, 16,000 crore was the estimate. The PAT was expected to be about 16,200 crore. Now on a 16,000 crore base, if the numbers are a little bit here and there, frankly they don't make a lot of difference. Gross NPAs are at 2%. Let's see the comparison going. I mean, we'll have to get a researcher going. Amount of gross NPAs, they look high to me because 84,000 crore gross. Net is what I would always look at. Slippage ratio, there is uptick in the slippage ratio. It has gone up by about 12 bips. So I don't think the street in a sense was really expecting or anticipating a big change in terms of the slippage ratio. So the stock may just see some kind of a reaction. Having said that, the stock has been in some kind of a limbo for the last couple of months. If the press conference talks about more details about where the NPA recovery could move, where the credit growth is moving, all those factors would really be at play. Aditya Shah joins us now, founder with Hercules Advisors. Aditya, what do you make of the first flash? I have the gross NPA number, I have the PAT number. Let's get a first reaction going.
Nikunj, I have not been able to see the number. If you can read that out, it would be great.
I have the gross NPA number at 2%. I have slippages which are up quarter on quarter 23%. And there's a PAT at 16,800 crore, which by and large is okay. But the gross NPA now stands at 84,000 crore. These are the only numbers I have.
So Nikunj, the gross NPA, I've just opened up this presentation as well. The gross NPAs have come out at about 2.07%, which is down from about 2.42%, which is fairly okay. I expected SBI to report a very strong set of numbers, and this is in line with all the other larger banks like ICICI Bank, or even for that matter HDFC Bank, where they have reported good asset quality. Now what is going to be keenly watched out is what SBI guides in terms of unsecured retail asset quality, which has seen a blowout across all banks per se, and how the system is shaping out over a period of next 6 to 12 months. This is a real good set of numbers from SBI. In that, we will need to check what is the loan growth on the corporate side and the retail side. And anyway, deposit is not a problem for a huge bank like SBI. So good set of numbers.
Why is the stock in a limbo? If SBI is delivering from so many quarters and if these numbers are looking strong, the market reaction is negative. I mean, it should have been the other way around, that their NPAs are low, the credit growth is okay. Market should be celebrating these numbers.
So we've already seen over the period of last 2.5, 3 years, the stock at one point in time was trading at about 200, 300, and it has moved up sharply to about 900 to 1,000 rupees. As you already know, all public sector banks do trade at a discount to private sector banks, and now SBI has to this is peak ROA and peak ROE for SBI. SBI must demonstrate to the market that they are able to sustain this over an elongated period of about 1 or 2 years, and then the next leg of re-rating will start. This is a phase where the market will now favor the larger private sector banks as the smaller, larger private as well as PSU banks, as the smaller banks continue to face NPA challenges. And larger banks over a period of time slowly and steadily will start to move up. So I think in 2025, this could be a year of larger banks and larger PSU banks as well. And SBI continues to remain a top pick.
Okay. What is the fair value for SBI? I mean, looking at the fact that there are a lot of factors in the banking business which are at peak, which is return ratios, ROA, ROE. But there's also a subsidiary business where they're doing okay. SBI Life is doing okay. Cards is coming back. Their mutual fund business has picked up. So when you suddenly look at SBI sum of part, what is the fair value for SBI?
Yeah. So if you were to ask me particularly about the bank, on a price to book basis, price to book multiple, I would give it anywhere between 1.5 to 2 times price to book multiple. And of course, as you said, the subsidiary in life insurance, in asset management, which is the largest asset management company in this country, continue to do extremely well. So right now, at the moment, I feel SBI should go above 1,000 rupees per se. Very hard to pinpoint exact price, but to give a definitive answer, the bank should be valued at 2 times price to 1.5 to 2 times price to book, which I think is a fair value to the bank.
2 times price to book. So what is the price to book, if I may just come up?
So we need to see the updated numbers. According to the last presentation, the book value was anywhere between 415 to 450 rupees, and then you can give it a multiple per se.
400 rupees, let's say ballpark number.
Yeah.
That is for the banking business or the entire book of the consolidated
it's the
entity?
entire book. It's the book of SBI. So the book of SBI would also include the subsidiaries as well.
Goes by your conservative estimates or perhaps the realistic estimates in this case, because that's the line in which SBI has traded for the longest period of time. You know, you buy it, it goes below one time book, you sell it when it's nearing
Exactly.
2 times book, right? So that means 800 rupees is a fair value for SBI.
800 to 900. But you also need to see the future seems to be really very good. We've never had a phase where SBI had this clean books over a period of last 10 to 15 years. And with the smaller banks having their own systemic problems, the larger banks will continue to rein in business from all of these companies. So I think there is a case for some bit of valuation expansion in companies like SBI. 2.5 times seems to be a place where I would be very comfortable with. Now it all remains as to how much they are able to control their NPAs, and the market does not get a sense that the NPAs are coming out, which I don't think is going to happen over the period of next 1.5, 2 years. So I think 2.5 times is a little bit of fair valuation assumption, and 1,000 rupees is what I think should be near about fair for SBI.
Aditya, you've been very instant with your analysis. I mean, I used to think that it's only instant tea, instant coffee, instant delivery. Now analysts also are giving us instant view. So really thank you for that.